Renegade Immortal Episode 120. In the previous episode, Wang Lin and Yao Xixue entered the mysterious Revered Dragon Path, where a celestial force descended to grant them golden symbols of power. Yao Xixue gained a 3-stroke symbol, but Wang Lin, through deep insight into life and death, awakened a far more profound 6-stroke symbol, radiating an overwhelming aura that even made Yao Xixue avert her gaze. Together, they journeyed across the endless starry path until they reached the first Great Seal. Guarded by a statue with terrifying might, Yao Xixue swiftly sealed it using a blood-colored jade, revealing hidden depths to her power. At the end of the previous episode, Wang Lin discovered a mysterious 1-stroke symbol glowing within the statue itself. What will happen next? Stay tuned. And the story continues. After clearly seeing the symbol, Wang Lin turned his head around. By the time he turned around, the life seal had already disappeared, and his expression was completely neutral. Far ahead in the distance, Yao Xixue's figure could be seen moving swiftly, her red robes fluttering under the dim light of the Revered Dragon Path. Wang Lin followed her casually, his pace calm and unhurried, but his mind was deeply engaged. He was still thinking about that strange symbol he had just seen on the statue, a symbol that bore an uncanny resemblance to the one inside Yao Xixue's eyes, as well as the golden 6-stroke symbol that resided within his own. As he walked, he slowly lifted his hand and looked at his palm. The familiar 6-stroke symbol shimmered faintly on his skin. Wang Lin's eyes flickered with curiosity. This symbol is interesting, he thought to himself. It seems to be the foundation. Whether it is Yao Xixue's 3-stroke symbol or my 6-stroke one, both contain this symbol within their essence. He waved his hand, tracing the basic form of that mysterious mark in the air with a finger imbued with celestial spiritual energy. Yet, when the symbol was completed, the energy in his body remained completely still. There was no reaction. Wang Lin pondered for a while before committing the entire pattern to memory. He then stopped thinking about it further, his calm eyes glinting faintly as they followed Yao Xixue in the distance. She has the blood soul pill, he thought coldly. Even if I were to ambush her, she would only revive again. It would be difficult to truly kill her. 7 days passed. As the two continued forward, another massive platform appeared at the end of the endless path. Just like before, a towering stone statue stood in the center. It looked almost identical to the previous one, except for a single difference. This statue had a half-closed third eye carved on its forehead. Yao Xixue stopped and turned her head toward him. Although she didn't speak, her meaning was clear. It was his turn to step forward first. Wang Lin understood. This was no time to act against her. He took a single step, leaping past Yao Xixue, and landed firmly upon the new platform. The instant his feet touched the stone, he closed his eyes, and the life seal appeared once more upon his forehead, sealing his vision completely. He walked slowly forward. This was an experiment. Wang Lin wanted to know whether the golden symbol inside him could pierce through the sealing power of the life seal. The answer came quickly. It could not. As soon as he landed, the entire statue suddenly trembled. A fierce roar echoed through the space as the statue opened its eyes, filled with a brutal, murderous light, and began to stride toward Wang Lin. Instantly, the life seal dispersed from his forehead and spread across his body as a defensive barrier. Wang Lin stepped back rapidly, his movements like a coiling dragon as he circled around the statue's massive frame. The statue roared again and charged forward. Wang Lin's expression remained calm. With a flick of his hand, a flash of green light appeared, forming a simple restriction. He threw it backward, and the restriction expanded into a glowing barrier several dozen feet wide, blocking the statue's path. But the statue did not slow down. It smashed straight through the restriction with unstoppable force, shattering it like glass. Wang Lin's eyes gleamed. He immediately realized something. This statue's entire body is covered in restrictions. He murmured, breaking it by force isn't the right method. He waved his hand again, sending out several streaks of light, more restrictions, that flew toward the statue. Yet, each time they approached, the statue punched forward with thunderous power. scattering the restrictions like dust and sending a shockwave of force rippling toward Wang Lin. With a flick of his sleeve, Wang Lin summoned his restriction flag. The flag trembled, and the incoming force was instantly absorbed into it, vanishing without a trace. For hundreds of years, Wang Lin had been layering restrictions into this flag, 999 sets in total, yet, strangely, divine retribution had never descended. These restrictions were purely offensive in nature, once strong enough to destroy even nascent soul cultivators. But now, as Wang Lin's cultivation had grown, their power was starting to feel limited. He had long been planning to expand the flag to hold 9,999 restrictions, a tenfold increase, but that would require an enormous variety of restriction types, many of which he had never encountered. Now, however, he saw an opportunity before him. His eyes glowed as countless restriction patterns flashed within them. As he dodged and moved, his mind was rapidly calculating and deducing, dividing, merging, and recombining thousands of restriction structures. Each time the statue lunged, Wang Lin would wave the flag, and dense clouds of restriction gas would pour out, forming shimmering walls between him and the stone behemoth. After being blocked several times, the statue grew enraged. It stopped chasing him and instead slammed its foot down. The entire platform shook violently. From the ground, countless stone spikes erupted upward toward Wang Lin like an explosion. But Wang Lin had anticipated this. His fingers formed a seal, and he swiftly dodged aside. Yet the spikes did not stop. Like bamboo shoots, they sprouted layer after layer, covering nearly the entire platform in moments. Wang Lin soared into the air, floating above the deadly forest of spikes. His deduction of restrictions accelerated as his sharp gaze locked onto the statue. Then, suddenly, his eyes lit up. Through his perception, the statue's form changed entirely. It was no longer a block of stone. Instead, it appeared to him as a structure made completely of restrictions, thousands upon thousands of them stacked together, forming every inch of its body. At that moment, the statue stomped again, and all the spikes below broke off and shot toward Wang Lin like a rain of stone arrows. But Wang Lin wasn't alarmed. He could see through the very essence of these spikes. They were also composed of restrictions. And when it came to restrictions, few in the world could rival his understanding. From his early core formation days, Wang Lin had immersed himself in their mysteries. He waved his restriction flag once more. A torrent of restriction gas flew out, swirling in intricate patterns under his control. The incoming spikes collided with the patterns and were instantly disassembled, reduced to streams of pure restriction energy that flowed into the flag. The flag pulsed with new strength, its power growing noticeably. Seizing the moment, Wang Lin descended toward the platform. His finger pointed sharply, and the restrictions within the flag surged out like a whirlwind, encircling the statue. Before Wang Lin even touched the ground, he transformed into a streak of green smoke, moving around the statue at incredible speed. As he moved, his hands continuously formed new restriction seals that merged into the swirling storm. From afar, it looked as if the statue were trapped within a vortex of glowing symbols. No matter how it roared or struggled, the restrictions closed tighter and tighter, hammering against its surface and seeping through every crack. Then, Wang Lin suddenly stopped moving and shouted, his voice echoing across the entire platform. "Break, break, break, break." With each word, the surrounding restrictions intensified, pouring toward the statue like a flood. The massive body began to tremble, its form collapsing piece by piece. The countless restrictions that composed its body were unraveling under the assault. But just as the statue neared destruction, it sensed danger. With a furious roar, the third eye on its forehead snapped open. A beam of brilliant golden light burst forth, cutting through the air like a divine blade. The moment the light appeared, all of Wang Lin's surrounding restrictions were blown apart and scattered into mist. Wang Lin's eyes sharpened. Within that beam, he saw a golden symbol shining inside the statue's third eye, a symbol made of two distinct strokes. He raised his hand and shouted, "Seal." A mouthful of essence blood flew from his lips, merging into the restrictions still floating around him. Empowered by his blood, the restrictions roared back to life. surging toward the statue. For 2 breaths of time, golden light and restriction energy clashed fiercely. Then, the light faded, and the symbol's power weakened. Wang Lin's restrictions pressed forward like a tidal wave. The statue trembled violently, its ferocious expression fading into dull emptiness. A moment later, its entire body crumbled, scattering into countless streams of black restriction gas that filled the entire platform. In the midst of that swirling darkness, a small golden symbol flickered faintly, trying to escape into the void. But before it could vanish, Wang Lin felt a sudden pull in his heart. His right index finger rose on its own. Instinctively, he drew a single stroke in the air, the same stroke he had once seen sealed within the first statue. Then, without stopping, he drew a second stroke, perfectly matching the symbol he had just seen inside the statue's third eye. The moment the second stroke was complete, the golden symbol in the air turned sharply and flew back toward him. It moved faster than lightning, fusing seamlessly into the symbol Wang Lin had just drawn. A mysterious light flashed in Wang Lin's eyes. His index finger didn't stop, it moved again, tracing one more line through the air. When the third stroke was completed, the symbol that emerged before him was exactly the same as the 3-stroke symbol within Yao Xixue's eyes. In this episode, we saw how Wang Lin faced the second statue on the Revered Dragon Path, a statue made entirely of powerful restrictions. Instead of relying on brute strength, he used his deep understanding of restriction arts to uncover the statue's true nature and defeat it. During the battle, he witnessed a golden symbol with 2 strokes and, through his mastery, fused it with the one he had seen before. In the end, Wang Lin created a new 3-stroke symbol, the same mysterious mark that appeared in Yao Xixue's eyes, hinting at a deeper connection between their fates. If you enjoyed this episode or found it interesting, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to receive updates about the latest episodes in Wang Lin's journey. Thank you for watching, and see you again in the next video.